A federal judge ruled today that the dismantling of the U.S. Agency for International Development, USAID, likely violated the U.S. Constitution and blocked billionaire Elon Musk's Department of Government Efficiency from further cuts to the agency. U.S. District Judge Theodore Chang in Maryland ordered the Trump administration to restore email and computer access to all employees of USAID, including those who were placed on administrative leave. The lawsuit singled out Musk as a defendant covered by the preliminary injunction. Lawyers for USAID employees and contractors had requested the order. In February, the Trump regime placed all but a fraction of USAID's worldwide staff on leave and notified at least 1,600 of its US-based staffers that they were being fired. The effort to gut the 6-decade-old agency was part of a broader push to cancel billions of dollars in foreign aid spending. Trump, on Inauguration Day, issued an executive order directing a freeze of foreign assistance funding and a review of all USAID and development work abroad. Trump naively claimed that much of the foreign assistance was wasteful and advanced a liberal agenda.
Right. Well, we just basically follow the money. We look at the president's executive orders, and we also just follow the money. So we started looking closely at USAID because they were completely violating the president's executive orders to suspend foreign aid. What's called foreign aid, but in our view is a lot of corruption. So what we saw there is just a tremendous amount of money being sent to non-governmental organizations. But actually, this, by the way, is, I think, one of the biggest sources of fraud in the world, is government-funded non-governmental organizations. This is a gigantic fraud loophole where the government can give money to an NGO, and then there are no controls over that NGO. So they've given billions of dollars, in fact, we estimate tens of billions of dollars, to NGOs that are essentially scams.
But he failed to understand the point of USAID and its influence of American culture and values upon the world. By cutting it, Trump and Musk were not just consigning millions of people to a short-term death through malnutrition or disease, but they were also allowing the influence of China and others to replace the US as protectors of the poor and influencers of future generations. Their desperate attempts to shut anything down that supported minorities, diversity, equity, inclusion, or accessibility exposed their sadistic cruelty. Their naivety about USAID also shortchanged American farmers and suppliers whose goods and services were paid for and shipped all over the world. Whilst it might be a fun pastime for the world's richest man to literally take food from the mouths of the hungriest people on the planet, and to expel federal workers who have devoted their lives to successive governments working above and beyond for not enough pay, there seems to be no plan to create jobs for the tens of thousands who are being fired. The private sector does not have the capacity to absorb such a quantity of people, plus the culture and skill set is so different between the public and private sector. The president is effectively asking federal experts to take jobs as servers or Uber drivers. There is no thought, and there is no plan. This will be the great expose as MAGA discovers that there was no deep state, just career professionals who were loyal to their jobs rather than to any political ideology. And what of those federal workers who voted for Trump, who have lost their jobs and now have no prospects? This is why Republican congresspeople have been ordered to stop their town halls, because silencing these voices keeps the myth of the deep state alive. Trump, Musk, and MAGA fail to realize that, as with most thriving nations, the federal government is one of the largest employers in the country, and for good reason. Clogged gutters are easy to forget, annoying to clean, and can grow into a big problem. There's an easier way to ensure your gutters stay clean and avoid costly damage. Upgrade to a permanent solution you can count on with Leaf Filter, so you never have to clean out the gutters again. Right now, you can get a free inspection, free estimate, and save up to 30% of your entire purchase at leaffilter.com/5minutes. An investment in Leaf Filter is an investment engineered to protect your whole home. Clogged gutters aren't just a nuisance, they can cause extensive water damage, so protect your home from flooding, roof damage, rotting siding, foundation issues, and more. Every installation comes with a lifetime, no clogs guarantee. Leaf Filter uses award-winning patented technology to keep out everything but water. No holes, gaps, or large openings for debris to get through. Call today to schedule your free gutter inspection and get a no-obligation free estimate. Protect your home and never clean out gutters again with Leaf Filter, America's #1 gutter protection system. Schedule your free inspection and take advantage of the spring spectacular sale with up to 30% off your entire purchase at leaffilter.com/5minutes. That's free estimate, free inspection, and 30% off at leaffilter.com/5minutes. See representative for warranty details. But as thousands of federal workers lose their jobs as part of the Trump regime's efforts to drastically downsize the government, the unemployment numbers will rise and quality of life for most Americans will go down. In fact, America will become much more dangerous, destabilized, and difficult to navigate. You see, the sweeping cuts are being felt across areas and agencies, from public health to consumer protection to national parks. Staffers at some agencies say the notification process has been chaotic, leaving their employment status and teams' futures unclear. This is a mess. And maybe a clue as to how Donald Trump and Elon Musk run their own companies. To add to the confusion, some employees have received termination notices only to have their firings reversed within days or even hours. And then there's the lawsuits costing millions, which undermine any efficiency savings. So let's be clear, this was never about waste, fraud, and abuse. It's about imposing a far-right, faux, libertarian, and isolationist view of the world on all Americans, something that the people did not vote for. The American people want their country back, the country that was on a strong economic footing, where people had jobs, where people's 401ks had value, where the stock market was thriving, and where inflation was coming down. Donald Trump has taken a chainsaw to the federal government with his live-in partner Elon Musk and created a country of chaos that will ricochet around the world.
Your stock is way down. You've been criticized left and right.
But look on the bright side.
I mean, why are you doing this?
Always look on the bright side of life.
Yes, I'm an optimist.
Yeah. But besides that,
yes.
I'm Anthony Davis. You can find me on the 5 Minute News YouTube channel and podcast, on Wednesdays co-hosting Uncovered, and on Sunday on The Weekend Show with Midas Touch.